Hi, and welcome to Retro Eric. In this episode, I'm going to talk about the MEGAFile and all the extra equipment I have here. But first of all, I'm sorry about the sound quality. It's because this camera app I'm using now does not allow me to use an external mic. So this is the built-in microphone on my mobile camera. Okay, last week I got this from a guy who wanted just to get rid of it. He was moving, so he had this stash of Atari computers, he had some other Atari equipment, he had some Commodore equipment, and I got it all for 100 euros. So I was of course super excited, just like a kid on Christmas Day. I took it all home. First of all, I cleaned everything, took off the casing, and just scrubbed it in water and soap in the kitchen sink, and had a look inside the machines, and they all look perfect. There was no need to brush out any dust or anything. They actually looked like they'd never been in a dusty environment at all. So I was very happy. So I connected it all up and started to turn it on. Of course, there were some problems. At first, the diskette didn't come out easily from the floppy drive. So I dismantled the floppy drive, and I put some gun oil on the correct places, and I also cleaned the driver heads while I was at it. That was that. Yeah, the batteries, they are the built-in batteries, actually ordinary AA batteries. They were starting to leak, so of course I took them out and cleaned that with some vinegar and water, and put some new batteries in there. And I'm happy to say that the time is correct. I did that yesterday, and I set the correct date and time, and I can see there that it's working as it should. So the clock is working, so that means all of this is working. Then I turned my attention to this MEGAFile 30. The MEGAFile 30 is a Seagate 30 megabytes hard drive, and when I turned it on, I could hear the hard drive spinning up and the fan was running, but I was not able to format it. But when running the Atari Advanced Hard Disk Utilities, the program saw the hard drive, it saw the hard drive controller, it actually also saw the size of the hard drive and some other settings on how many sectors and tracks it had. But when formatting it, nothing happened. I tried it several times, and the last time I let it run for 5 hours before I gave up. When checking in another YouTube video, I saw that this should only take about 11 minutes to format a 30 megabyte MEGAFile. So for now, I gave up that project. But I think it's quite easy. It's just to find a new MFM hard drive, 30 megabytes, or maybe some other size also can work, and just put it in there, and I'm sure that this will work. Then I turned my attention to this MEGAFile 44. It uses SideQuest exchangeable cartridges. This one is 44 megabyte. I'm not sure you can actually put lower or higher megabytes in this MEGAFile 44. I don't have any other cartridges to test, but if you know anything about it, please put a comment below. Anyway, this was easy. I put it in, started again the hard disk utilities. It found the SideQuest device, it found the hard drive, and I formatted it. About 10 minutes, I think, maybe 10 and 15 minutes, and it worked perfectly. It automatically divided the disk into 4 partitions on 11 megabytes each. And as you can see here, I have 4 partitions, C, D, E, and F. They're all at 11 megabytes. So that worked very fine, and I'm very happy with MEGAFile 44. It's quick, it makes too much noise, but there's not much I can do with that because the fan is making some of the noise, but actually the cartridge is the biggest contributor to the noise. One more thing, when this arrived, this was set as hard drive 0 and this is hard drive 1. To bypass this, this is not connected at all now, it's only here. So you can see that it's here and I can tell you my story. So to make the Atari see this, I had to flip it over and change one of the dip switches. So now this is device number 0. And then, of course, I used the utilities and formatted it, and it all worked very well. Also, happy to say that the speed is excellent. We can actually run our speed testing software here. You see the Texas as a SideQuest SQ555 on ID0 Loon 1, and the data rate is 492 kilobytes per second. Average access time is 33. I actually think if I run it one more time, maybe we can get the access time lower. No, still at 34. Okay. And there we are. So you've seen this big monitor and you're thinking, whoa, what is that? Well, I didn't know it before I saw it. You can actually use a 19-inch monitor with a resolution of 1280 times 960 black and white. And it works, but you need a different or extra graphics card. So in this MEGA4, there is a Viking, I think it is, Viking graphics card with a 9-pin connector that goes into the monitor, also on the 9-pin connector. You have to use a driver to enable it. So I have the driver here. I could of course put that in the auto file, but then it would automatically go to this big screen. But as you will see in a moment, that's nothing you want to be running all the time. And the driver started. You see, now when I'm moving the mouse, it's moving on the big screen and nothing is happening on the smaller one. As you can see, the mouse is locked to the desktop. I cannot move it around. And it looks like TOS is not able to utilize more than the standard resolution. So what is it for? Well, lucky for me, this Columos, something like that, desktop publishing software, came with the package. It was only 3 discs, so it was small in those days. Anyway, if we run Columos, we will see that it uses the whole screen. I haven't probably set it up correctly. Oh, it actually stopped. Let's try again. It asks for some fonts directory and things like that. Oh, I see the problem. Okay, let's talk about this. It says that Columos doesn't work on this TOS version. So, what TOS version are we running? We are running version, let me see here, 2.06, I remember it. And that is why. So what I have to do is actually I need to turn off totally the machine and back up again. and now it should boot in TOS, the built-in TOS version. Let's see if it works. Let's hope so. Yep, now it's working. And now it booted back on this screen because the driver is not automatically started. And what we also can see now is that it's using TOS version 104 and it's actually the built-in ROM, and it's in Swedish. And I guess that back in the days we didn't have Norwegian TOS, so this guy decided to go for even worse option, so he decided to go for Swedish. But that gave me an excuse to show you the program I'm using here called CelTOS. CelTOS, I think it's short for Select TOS. And it found one TOS version 2.06 UK, and if I press 1, I'm choosing that, and it will reboot with TOS version 2.06. I get this message from time to time, but it still works. So, and I only get it when booting this TOS version. So maybe it's not supposed to work on the MEGAFile or the MEGA4, I don't know. But except for the error, it looks fine. So now I'm back in TOS 2.06. So yeah, what else can I say? I can start sysinfo and just show you what it tells us about the MEGA4. It says it's an ST, it says it's the processor 68000 running at 8 megahertz, no coprocessor, and so forth. Version 206 from Great Britain. Yeah. When running the TOS version 2.06 from the hard drive, like I do, it of course steals some memory. But it shouldn't steal too much. I think it's about less than 200K, but I'm not sure about that. Anyway, as you can see, the machine is working fine. I'm very happy. I'm actually extremely happy with this find. Sometimes you get really lucky if you just browse the ads. One more thing I have to say. This MEGAFile 44 is actually running on a SCSI interface. So this SideQuest is connected to a SCSI interface, and there is actually one interface or one slot available in here. So if you want to, you can insert a 3.5-inch SCSI disk and connect it to the SCSI controller, and by running the hard disk utilities you can format it and use it just like an ordinary hard drive. So actually I don't have to fix my MEGAFile 30. If I decide to do that, it is probably very easy. It's just to get a new MFM or /RLL hard drive and connect it, and I'm pretty sure that will work. Yeah, one last thing I can mention. I checked the prices on these SideQuest cartridges, and the cheapest one I could find on eBay, the cheapest 44 megabyte I could find, was about 10 euros plus postage, and that was surprisingly cheap. I didn't buy it because, well, 44 megabyte is actually a lot of hard disk space when using an old machine like this. So yeah, that wraps it up. Again, I'm sorry for the sound quality, but I still hope that you like this video, and if you do, please subscribe to my channel. I have over 100 videos here for you to watch, and in the future there will be hundreds more videos to come. So please subscribe, and thank you for watching.